Another photo Erika Kirk tried hard to keep hidden just popped back up. And what it shows is hitting people like a shockwave across this whole situation. This isn't just some random picture either. It's the kind that makes people stop and start connecting dots real fast. Now folks are looking at this image and asking some serious questions about Erika and her ex, Cabot Phillips. Were they low-key working together behind the scenes for years with one clear plan? Push Charlie out and slide Cabot right into his spot? Because if even part of that idea is true, this situation gets way bigger than anyone expected.
You were proposed to by Charlie in 2020. You started dating him in 2018, and 3 years before that, you were dating this guy, Tyler Massey. I mean, you guys would do couples photo shoots. This is still online. And this is only 3 years before you started dating Charlie. Yeah, and 2 years later, you were dating this guy, Cabot Phillips, and here he is posting you guys on his public page saying, yes, we're that couple who gets painting lessons together. Again, this is a year before you started dating Charlie, and well within the 5-year period you claim to have never dated anyone, but you were out here dissing your roommate for dating.
Cabot Phillips was Erika's ex-boyfriend when he was playing him one-on-one, and he posted the picture. And also, why does Cabot Phillips have the word pizza tattooed on the inside of his inner lip? Because it just seems coincidental that a lot of us know that that's a code word for something. Cabot Phillips was Erika's ex-boyfriend when he was playing him one-on-one, and he posted the picture. And also, why does Cabot Phillips have the word pizza tattooed on the inside of his inner lip? Because it just seems coincidental that a lot of us know that that's a code word for something.
Before this even came out, there was already proof stacking up against Erika. She got caught in a straight-up, undeniable lie about her past relationships. She said she hadn't dated anyone for 5 years before Charlie. But that claim completely fell apart when photos and videos started flooding in, showing her with multiple different men during that exact time. That clean, untouched image she tried to present, like she came into Charlie's life with no baggage, got exposed fast when the internet started pulling receipts that wouldn't disappear. But now things are going way deeper than just calling out a false story about her dating past. What's coming out suggests Erika wasn't just casually seeing people back then. There are signs she may have still been involved with Cabot Phillips while she was already going on dates with Charlie, and that changes everything. Both Erika and Cabot didn't waste time. They reportedly rushed to wipe anything they could once people started asking questions. But trying to erase things from the internet like that almost never works. And this situation proves it. People immediately started digging, pulling up archived Instagram posts and older content that didn't disappear in time. What they found started painting a timeline that looks way too close for comfort, showing a noticeable overlap between Erika's connection with Cabot and the early days of her involvement with Charlie. And as messy as that already sounds, it's not even the part that has people the most uneasy right now. Because this is where things take a sharp turn that caught a lot of people off guard. That pizza tattoo on Cabot's inner lip had already been getting side eyes and raising questions from people paying attention. But now, online researchers are pointing to claims that Erika and Cabot allegedly spent time at a specific bar in New York City, one that shows up by name and address in the Epstein files.
Baron Coleman tonight. And guess what? I don't know how to make this smaller to where you can see Erika's face, but this is Erika's review of the Crosby Bar in New York. It's her company's go-to. And this is in 2017. This is her company's go-to. Wait for it. This is the Epstein files. This is 79, where's it at? 79 Crosby Street. Guess what that is? Crosby Bar. Guess what? He's got appointments. But you don't know who they're with. Because they're redacted. Appointment with Erika Francefe and friends? Question mark. Not saying it's her. Not saying. Here's another one. It is the same date. Referring to 79 Crosby Street. Now, Erika Francefe's review was in May of 2017. Coincidence?
That one detail alone cracked this story wide open and sent people into overdrive trying to connect everything. It's the kind of link that immediately raises eyebrows and makes people look twice at everything else involved. So now it's important to slow this down and walk through the timeline step by step, because every detail matters here. On January 12th, 2017, Cabot Phillips posted a photo of himself speaking at a Turning Point USA event, pairing it with a caption about doing what you love and feeling grateful for the opportunity. And at the time, nothing about it seemed unusual at all. Now take a look at who jumped into the comments right away under that post: Erika Kirk. And what she wrote wasn't just some basic congrats message either. It came off way more personal and flirtatious than what you'd expect from someone who's just a casual acquaintance. And this wasn't some one-time thing that people are overanalyzing. That same month, Erika showed up again in Cabot's comments. But this time, she didn't hold back at all. She wrote, "I heard about this new thing called dating. My best friend was wondering if you wanted to maybe try it out for a week. That's not subtle, that's direct. And people definitely noticed it." Now, whether that moment was part of an already private relationship happening behind the scenes, or just the early stage of something starting up, that part isn't fully confirmed just from those posts alone. But what is clear is that Erika was openly pursuing Cabot Phillips in January 2017, right there in public, in a way that she has never fully explained or included in her version of events. Then things move forward to September 2017, and now the situation gets even more locked in with actual proof. By that point, Erika and Cabot weren't just flirting online anymore. They were a confirmed couple out in the open. And this isn't speculation either. The evidence comes straight from Cabot's own social media, making it a lot harder to brush off or explain away. On September 17th, 2017, Cabot posted a photo from what was clearly a painting date, and the caption made it impossible to miss what was going on. He wrote, "Yes, but we are that couple who gets painting lessons together," which made the whole thing public, romantic, and locked to a very specific date. But here's the part that makes the timeline hit a lot harder. Just 1 week later, on September 24th, 2017, Charlie Kirk posted a photo of himself and Cabot playing basketball together on Facebook. The caption said, "In the cab. Yes, I beat Cabot one-on-one, not sick of winning." And that suddenly puts everybody a whole lot closer together than some people may want to admit. Think about how tight that overlap really is. In the same month, September 2017, Cabot was out on romantic painting dates with Erika, while also being close enough with Charlie Kirk to play one-on-one basketball with him and post about it publicly. That's not some random coincidence, and it's definitely not a case of people moving in totally separate circles. These were clearly people inside the same connected social and professional world, where everybody seems to have known everybody else pretty well. And once you line that up next to the official story about how Erika and Charlie supposedly met, that version starts looking like it deserves a much harder look than it's gotten before. The official story that's been repeated over and over sounds clean and simple on the surface. Erika supposedly applied for a job at Turning Point USA in 2018 with zero prior connection. And during the interview, Charlie was so impressed that it naturally turned into their first date.
It's a business interview.
It started that way.
Right. So we sit down and you grill me for what, 3 hours? Easily. On philosophy, politics,
Culture.
religion, culture,
Economics.
What else? Everything else you can imagine, he grilled me. Anything he talks about on his podcast show, he grilled me on.
That version has been pushed as the romantic starting point of everything. The whole idea depends on one key detail, that Erika came in as a complete outsider, someone with no ties to Turning Point or anyone involved with it. But when you line that up against the actual timeline, that story doesn't just look off. It completely falls apart. Because based on documented public evidence, Erika was already deeply connected to that world in 2017. She was dating a well-known Turning Point figure, publicly engaging with his posts about speaking at events, and moving in the same circles as people inside the organization, including Charlie himself. That's where things stop adding up. You can't be actively involved with someone tied to Turning Point, commenting on their role, and existing in that same network, and then turn around and claim you walked into a 2018 job interview with no knowledge or connection to the organization at all. That gap between the official story and the documented timeline is exactly what has people questioning everything now. That claim does not hold up under even basic fact-checking once you compare it to the public timeline. So the real question is what actually happened between late 2017 and early 2018, because something in that stretch seems to have changed in a big way. Did things shift naturally, or was there a deliberate move happening behind the scenes? Was Erika pulled away from Cabot and pointed toward Charlie on purpose? And if that change was planned instead of organic, then the next question hits even harder. Who made that decision, and what was the reason for it? That is where the story starts getting a lot more serious, because some sources online are now making much heavier claims. Those claims suggest Erika and Cabot may have had links to people connected to the Epstein network during that same period, and that Erika's later move toward Charlie may not have been a random romantic turn at all, but something more calculated. To be clear, those are allegations being discussed online, not settled facts, but they are a big reason this story keeps getting more attention. This is also why researcher Baron Coleman's work has become such a major part of the bigger picture. Baron recently highlighted Erika's TripAdvisor review history while trying to document where she appeared to be spending time in 2017. And one review he pointed to was for a bar located at 79 Crosby Street in New York City, which has now become a major focus in the timeline people are examining. In that review, Erika described the place as our company's go-to, saying it was where they regularly went for lunch and drinks with coworkers. That one line instantly raised a question nobody has been able to clearly answer. What company was she even talking about in 2017? Because if you line that up with the official version of her timeline, it doesn't fit cleanly at all. The public story says she was focused on completing her Juris Master's degree in American Legal Studies from Liberty University while also doing nonprofit work through her organization, Heroes Like You. That's what's been presented as her full professional picture during that time. And here's where things start to feel off. There's no widely documented record showing she had another job or was working for a separate company in 2017. So casually saying our company's go-to in that review doesn't match the story that's been told about what she was doing professionally. Some might try to connect that line to her later role at the Corcoran Group, the real estate company that has also been mentioned in connection with the Epstein files. But that timeline doesn't line up either. Multiple published reports place her start at Corcoran in October 2018, almost a full year after that 2017 review was written. So the question just sits there with no clear answer. What company was she referring to, and why hasn't that detail been fully explained? Then, things escalated even further. After Baron Coleman brought attention to that Crosby Street review, one of his viewers dug deeper and pointed to records within the Epstein files indicating that Epstein himself had visited that same Crosby Street location in 2017. The exact same year mentioned in Erika's review. That overlap has people looking at this timeline even more closely, because it adds another layer of concern that wasn't part of the conversation before. Erika described that place as her regular company spot, the same exact location in the same exact year that shows up in the Epstein files. And when people line that up with the fact that she has already been caught misrepresenting parts of her timeline, it starts raising some serious questions that are hard to ignore. Now, let's be clear about what this is and what it is not. What we're looking at here is a pattern of documented overlaps and coincidences that connect in ways that feel uncomfortable. But this is not confirmed proof of any specific relationship or arrangement. Still, when the same names, places, and timelines keep crossing paths again and again, it becomes harder for people to just dismiss it as random. Then there's another detail that adds even more weight to the situation. Erika's own website states that she worked in the entertainment industry as a model, actress, and casting director, with experience ranging from New York City to China. That might seem like a normal background at first, but in this context, people started looking at it much more closely. An email from March 2016 sent to Epstein has also been brought into the conversation. The subject line referenced a redacted individual and included the line, "This person loves you now. She thinks you are very charming." It also said to use her for casting director and describe someone who parties with girls and promoters and knows everybody. That combination of details has definitely caught attention. Now, to stay accurate, there is no confirmed public evidence directly linking Erika to that specific email. But the overlap people are pointing out, the casting director role, the kind of social access described, and the timing lining up with her known background is exactly why this part of the story is being looked at so closely right now. no. There is no definitive proof linking that email to Erika specifically, and that point has to be stated clearly and fairly. But at the same time, people keep pointing out that some of the details seem to line up in ways they believe deserve honest attention rather than being brushed aside. Now, going back to Cabot, the broader picture around him is one reason this whole theory has started making people so uneasy. The word pizza appears many times throughout material connected to the Epstein case. And because of that, some online observers have looked much more closely at anything they see as a similar reference. That is why Cabot having the word pizza tattooed on his inner lip, a place that is naturally hidden, has drawn so much attention from people following this story. On its own, that tattoo could be interpreted in different ways, and it would not be fair to treat it as proof of anything by itself. But critics say it stands out even more because of Cabot's history of posting unusual and oddly worded social media comments about pizza, including one that said, "Pizza talk is the new pillow talk." For people already looking at these connections, that pattern is what keeps fueling more questions. People online have also pointed to books visible in photos from Cabot's personal space, saying certain titles caught their attention based on their own interpretations of different networks and circles.
Shelf, right? The bookshelf. Did y'all see the books? The Secret History of Israel's Targeted Assassinations. Rise and K first. Are you freaking kidding me? Not to mention Mr. Cabot put, "Pizza talk is the new pillow talk." You tweeted this in 2018, dude, and you know what pizza means. Let's go through some of the books you have on your shelf, shall we? In the Name of the Children. An FBI agent's relentless pursuit of the nation's worst predators. So you know what pizza means, Cabot. Hey, Cabot, check out cannibalism right here, Cabot. I mean, what? A perfectly natural history. Okay, Cabot. Hey, Cabot, how about this one right here? It's called Stiff. It's also on your bookshelf. The Curious Lives of Human Cadavers. Are you kidding me, Cabot?
And then there are photos showing Cabot in Israel during the summer of 2017, which some viewers have compared to the same general time frame when Erika said she went on a pilgrimage trip with her mother and, coincidentally, saw Charlie at an airport without knowing who he was. The more closely people examine this timeline, the more they argue that details once treated as separate keep crossing over in the same places, around the same people, and during the same period of time. And that is exactly why this story keeps getting deeper. Every new detail that comes out doesn't just sit on its own. It connects right back to something already on the record, and together, it's forming a picture that's getting harder and harder to explain away as simple coincidence. The deeper people look, the more these timelines, locations, and relationships seem to overlap in ways that keep raising the same serious question. At the center of all of this is one idea that keeps coming up again and again. Were Erika and Cabot part of a coordinated effort to position themselves around Charlie Kirk's operation? And if any of the alleged connections people are discussing were ever proven to have real substance, then what was actually happening during 2017 could be far more complicated than it first appeared. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Drop your thoughts below. Let people know where you stand on all of this. And if you want more breakdowns like this, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss what comes next.